What's going on, people, man? You're tuning into the first episode of the Is Not Easy podcast, man. Yo, I'm happy to be here, man. This has been a long time in the making. We've got
Too long.
way too long time in the making. We've got some guys here with me. We've got the Gaffer manager of Barkingside, the reserves team. We've got Sam BC as well, former sports journalist, doing this thing. How you guys doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be here.
Like you said, it's been a long time.
Bro, it's been a long time coming, man. It's been a long time coming. I was also going to say, like, with the areas that we want to go in today, like, these are things that I've been thinking about for time. And these are topics and stuff that I've been talking about with the boys online, like, for time. So, but firstly, like, you, Ado, like, how did, like, you getting started as a manager, like, how did that come to fruition? Like, how did you get into, like, how did that all start?
I say my last year at uni was just, you're just kicking ball with like just friends, and I wanted to start like an ACS football team because I don't think we had one towards the end of my time at uni.
Yeah.
So we just ended up like, just playing ball in the park and things like that, and then we thought, okay, cool, how can we take it further? Just because obviously there's quite competitive edge on us lot at Derby at the time.
Yeah.
So we just thought, let's try to play against other unis and try to take it serious. So I was the one that took upon myself to say, you know what, like, I want to do something.
Yeah.
I want to like, put drills together and things like that. Initially, I wasn't like hands-on straight away. I think there was like 2 others doing it at the time. And then I was outside looking and thinking, you know what, like, no disrespect to them, but like I thought they're not doing it properly. I might as well just do it properly myself. Like, as in to help them, not myself, sorry.
Yeah.
So I jumped in, done it a few times. Obviously, naturally, you clash with like other people, innit?
Yeah,
People want to do their own thing and things like that. So I had to I was arguing with guys about things that back then mattered, but now looking at it, it's just part of the process, innit? Like, because you got to earn your respect somehow. So yeah, I started from uni.
Is there like an element of that? By the way, like, is there an element of like, when you see someone, like, you see someone doing something and you feel like to yourself, I can do that, man. Like, or was it more of a, I've just got a passion for this, I'm gonna see where it goes? Yeah,
it's it's that I can do that and then not realising I've got a passion for it at the same time. So like I said, so starting at uni and then getting that going. So we, I don't know, so we won our first game against Loughborough, like ACS, something like that.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was a nothing game, cool, and then we won. So you get that, you're gassed in it. Maybe I can do this. Yeah, like, okay, cool, say no more. Then I told one of my brethren, Ayo, like, I want to go to coaching. Once we finish uni, I want to go coach on a football team. He said, yeah, well, why not? Cool. I've now gone home now, settled down. I've told a coach used to coach my brother, oh yeah, I want to go into coaching. Like, do you know any opportunities?
Yeah.
He said, if you see something, let me know. So I'm just going to my part-time job at Hollywood Bar at the time, and just earn my money, finished uni.
You got doing it, yeah.
Just buying it, and then I've got a text from my brother saying, yo, he sent me the screenshot of the guy saying, oh, does your brother want to do Barkingside? Initially, I said no, I'll be honest. Like, I said, no, I'm not going to do it.
What made you say no, though?
Scared, innit?
Yeah.
It gets scared, yeah. So, obviously, that's when the self-belief came into it later on, because he came to my house and saying, like, why you being a wuss for? Like, like, just do it. Like saying, you asked for something, now I'm giving you, why you not doing it?
Yeah.
I said, I've thought about it. I called my boys from uni at the time. So, like, what do you lot think? He said, yeah, you do it, man. Like, why not? Jumped into it, and then, yeah, man, roller coaster ride ever since. So.
Yeah, but when you said that, like, you're a bit like scared. Like, what was the feeling like? Was it like, if I go into some flop, it's gonna be long, or was it more like, have I got the skills for this? Like, what was the fear like?
It's the skill of obviously managing and coaching first, as well as obviously you don't want to flop.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't start, you don't know.
You'll never know, bro.
So
you never know.
It was more of like, obviously I don't want to flop, and like, I knew I had a lot to learn, because it felt like I just said I was gonna do something, but I haven't done the prior work to that. So to say, cool, now you've got a team, what are you gonna do with it? So it's like, I just start learning and flying, just literally go from there, man.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Fam, there's a lot to it, man. Of course, and the season's ended now, innit?
Yeah.
In your words, like, how do you feel like the season went overall?
You know what? Prior to first season, how pre-season went before we started the season, we felt like we could win the league. Like, we generally said that we were trying to win the league, and like, we had like a team meeting before the season started, and like the head of football was in the corner, just overseeing everything.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, he said, because you're a reserve side, winning the league is not really your target. And I was like, in my head I was thinking like, get out of here, man. Like, just allow me. Like, if you want to win something, it's all about winning. We said, it's all about getting players into the first team and things like that. So I think we sort of like bypassed that conversation and just went into the league and lost our first 5 games. And I was thinking, surely not again. Like, we're not going for the same thing as we did last season. And then we just kept going to work, and we won our first game 6-0, and then we won the second game. The next game after that 6-0 again, to the point where the chairman messaged me saying, "Oh, did you win 6-0 again?" I was like, "Yeah, we did." He said, "All right." He said, "Well done, boy." I was like, "Oh, yeah, fair enough, innit? Carry on."
Yeah.
And then so that's how we got the ball rolling the season on the wins.
Yeah.
And then we eventually hit the target of when the guy said, "Your target is not really winning, but developing players." And then that literally came along as the season went on. And
that's deep, That's interesting. So it's not winning, it's developing players. I guess at a level, like, in many ways, that is true. Like, but at the same time, it's 3 points. Like,
you just want to win,
because I think I'm a young manager trying to build my reputation.
Yeah.
And the least you want to do is win.
Yeah.
So guys know that no matter what's going on here, we're going to win.
Yeah.
And obviously the coaching will come along with it. But everyone cares about winning. No one cares about the losers.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares if you lose or how close you came.
Yeah.
Because man, it's all about. And football is all about winning. Even a kickabout with your friends, when you go to goals and things like that, everyone wants to win. No one wants to just go home thinking, I lost, because he's going to take the mick and he's going to be telling me, your team's crap and things like that. So
banning in the GC and that.
Yeah, man. I didn't want none of that. And also, in the grand scheme of things, as a league, you don't be that team known for losing all the time. Playing under 18s or under 16s back then, there's that one team in the league that, you know what, when we go play them, we're collecting points. And I do want us to be that team, innit? So we have to just work it out. Yeah.
When you mentioned that, like, you lost your first 5 games, like, what was the, like, emotions going through, like, fight, like, because the first L was cool, like, new setup, new players, cool. Second up, cool, is what is, move on. Third is okay, cool.
So
then fourth, do you know what I mean? That.
How
did you get out of that?
So bear in mind, we had to lose a few players for us to realise, okay, cool, if the so-called better players are not pulling their weight or they're leaving because we're losing, it's now everyone's got to put their weight in, everyone's got to do something, and it just, nothing really changed. It was just more of the same, like just re-emphasising the same things over and over. And we've got the saying in the change room before the games is, make sure you do the right things. Just do the right things. Doing the right things doesn't necessarily mean doing the best thing, but doing what's right. So if I see my right wingers there, I'm on a right back. Rather than trying to force it down that way, the right thing is to play to my wingers' feet and then, get that relationship going and things like that. So we'll just emphasise doing the right thing. Don't get bored of doing the right thing. So,
honestly.
So that's what, in the sense of, like, me as a coach and us as coaches, my coaching team, things like that, was about doing the right things. No matter what we need to, like, no matter what's going wrong or what's going right, we have to do the right thing, because that's the only way we'll find the consistency moving forward, innit? So we just had to do the right thing, man. And eventually the right things came to our way, innit? Yeah, man, it's tough, because I'll be honest, that's first 5 games that we lost felt like a repeat of last season. But it didn't at the same time, because I'll be honest, we lost our first 4 league games by 1 goal. Yeah. So 1-0, 2-1. Actually, we lost 4-1 first game. Then we lost 1-0. Then we lost 2-1. Then we won when we lost 1-0 again. And then we had a cup game in between the last game that we lost in the league, which was like a 3-2 game. So imagine we've gone 1-0 down, come back 1-1, 2-1 down, make it 2-2. Now my centre back,
FM things.
My centre back here has decided to do a cross turn on the halfway line, and then the rest is history, innit? But like, those are things that we had to come through, innit?
Yeah.
You can imagine, like, obviously you used that for the last game, so
that game was crazy. We're gonna get onto that.
Yeah,
that game was crazy.
I don't know if you can hear me shouting from the sidelines. So imagine me seeing this guy, we're struggling to win games, and we've done well to stay in the game. Yeah. And now we've given it away, like, just like that. I just lost my head.
What did you say to the centre back though when he did that? Like,
what's he like? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, what made you think like that's okay to do, but and later on you realise obviously he's about 17, 18, so these are young boys we're working with, innit? So so they're gonna do these things, innit? Like they're generally just going to do these things. And you're there to just let them know that next time this is your option A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever.
But you know, it's so interesting that you say that, because like obviously we play FM in it, and like. By the way,
I've never played that,
You never played Football Manager?
Never played Football Manager. Never.
Unreal, cool, yeah. We play FM, and FM, like, sometimes your defenders will just do random things that, like, why are you doing that? Why are you trying that there? And you cost us a goal in it. Yeah. So it's like, seeing it happen, and then I was playing FM for a bit, and then you go and watch real life football, and then you see defenders do random things as well in real life. It's just like, it actually happens in real life. Happens in real life as well. Like, you can't. It's just part of the game. Like, as human beings on the pitch, sometimes you have a moment of madness, and it's just like you just do something silly.
Yeah. So we called it. Me and my boy, we called it default settings. So people go back to default settings. So you're in the game, you're doing the right things, and there might be a moment of madness. Like you go back to default. Like you feel like you're at goals again, or you feel like you're at the training pitch. You just do something that's mad random. So I just call it default settings.
But you know what's so interesting about that though? That like it actually happens like in a part of a game where, like, for example, when Arsenal played West Ham away from home, like
a party thing.
Yeah, and it's just like some things start happening. Gary Neville, like, he did like a whole segment on it. I think that it might have been Jamie Carragher actually on Monday Night Football. He did that whole segment of it. How they started changing things that they usually do right. But as the pressure and the moment and the fans and the atmosphere, it all just came on top of them. They weren't able to do the things that they were doing right all season. You just start default mode, like you said.
Yeah, and it goes back to just like, so what we're saying in the boys in the changing room, just do the right things. And obviously, we're all human beings, and obviously pros are pros. Like,
exactly.
I can't tell a pro that he's done something crazy because he's a pro. I'm not. But at the end of the day, like, people, human beings, are gonna get bored of doing the right things. Yeah. So obviously, you've got to say, just do the right things, man. Do the right things. No matter what, just do the right things. Like, and obviously as a coach, you're just there to, if they do the wrong thing, you're there to bollock them. But at the same time, you're there to, like, give them guidance. Okay, next time, if you're struggling with this, you gotta do this and do that. And do that from there. So man, like my first 2 years of coaching has been like, I generally feel like after the season we had, like I feel like I've made it somehow, innit? I feel like I've made it to the point where going from losing almost every game in the first season to not losing the first 5 games and then not dropping points, dropping like maybe 3-4 points after that in the league. Yeah. And like, okay, right, like I've got these guys playing, me and my coach and stuff, I've got guys playing, and we've got people locked in and people that want to be here. Because my first season, we had a changeover about 100 players, like no exaggeration.
Crazy. About
100 players have come and go. And then this season, it's been like a lot less. Yeah. But it's still been about, they say 50, just to...
Continuity is important, man.
Yeah, because... yeah, man, it's hard still, but it's fun at the same time, man. Yeah, our sideline's the best sideline in the reserve football. Is it? Like, you have to be there to
the vibes.
To experience it, because like, don't get me wrong, I'm the one that's I can't break character, innit? Because most of my players see me start joking or making laughs and things like that. Everyone's gonna start, taking a pee a little bit here and there. But I let my number 2 do that. I let the other coaches do that. Like, let the boys have fun. But I'm the bad cop. The good cop. Bad cop all the time.
Someone's got to always be serious. Otherwise,
and don't get me wrong. You might catch me it's like they said one time. The game was winning like 3-0. They said, something funny happened. That I had to break character. Yeah. And they couldn't believe I broke character. But I was just laughing, man. Because
sometimes, love, is what it is.
Yeah, man. You can't help it, innit?
You see the top managers as well. Yeah. So, I was gonna ask, like. And before we get into like a wider discussion, I was gonna ask, your team talks, how are you in the change room?
Okay, cool. So, what I've learnt, like, I'm not putting on the character because this is sort of who I am, innit? Yeah. Like, I've always wanted to like help people, but I knew that some people don't welcome it, like, because who are you to be telling me how to live my life? But I've generally just wanted to always like just if I can tell you something to help you, I want to help you, innit? Yeah. So football is now core of like, coaching is now put me in that light where you're the man that does that every single time. Yeah. So before I go into a game, I'm at home writing notes of what I want to say and what I want to touch upon, and obviously things that we worked on in training and things like that. Yeah. Locking the mentality and things like that. So I always like plan like, okay, cool. So there's we call it the non-essential, the essentials basically. So communication, organization, hard work, determination, things like that. So those are the same things I'll say from game 1 to game 27, or where it may be. Even to the point at the end of the season where, because we was winning and we went on like a 6-game winning streak, I had to now spice up. I had to now say, cool, the leaders of my team, this game, I need at least 3 of you or 4 of you to say something in the team talk. Because then eventually players are going to get bored of hearing my voice because we're winning. So what more does Gaffer need to say? But obviously, there's a lot for me to say because, like I said, these are young boys. Yeah. And eventually, someone will hit the fault settings. Yeah. So eventually, do something wrong, and then now I've got to be shouting again. And guess what? I now go on thinking, you know what? It's my fault because the team talk wasn't patterned. So I take everything up on my shoulders, innit? And then
I think that's so important that in like sharing the responsibilities of the and the leadership team and the squad, because like even when you watch like the Man City documentary or something, or the Arsenal one, like you see senior players doing team talks. It's important for like other players to do it as well. So it's like it's someone who's like on the pitch with me as opposed to like a manager on the sideline.
Definitely, because I've said it to my skipper. I said it to him like, you're the leader on the pitch. Like I do the shouting on the sideline. You're there to just encourage and console. So there'll be times where in the game, I'm shouting at someone, and my skipper telling me leave it alone. But I've got to shout like because they know that they have to know that they've done something wrong. Yeah. And then obviously they're there to say to the player, you know what? Obviously Gaffer's angry at the moment, but he's really angry because of this. Don't take
translate it in a better way, right?
Don't take it personally, even though like to outside looking, it might look like there's a bit of like there's no harmony there because I'm saying one thing, my skipper's telling me another thing, but it's planned. Like it's all there.
Translation, really.
For everyone else to know that. Okay, cool. No matter what the Gaffer says, he's got your best interest at heart. Yeah. Regardless of like what you've done. That's why the players are now there to talk to you and console you and things like that. So culture and like mentality is a big thing that made us successful this season. Culture and mentality. Just say that we're here to work hard. It's what we say is work hard, the football come. You have to earn the right to play, innit? I think obviously a lot of people say that, innit? But it's definitely a thing. You have to earn the right to play because obviously everyone wants to, now the money there football. Everyone wants to play. Everyone wants to play football, innit? Everyone wants to do the 2-3-5 and playing the tiki-taka short passes.
Wing backs and things.
Yeah. Everyone wants to do that, innit? But you have to work hard off the ball first.
You earn that right, man.
To do all of those things.
You earn that right.
Because what? The opposition's not going to give you the ball.
Yeah. I think there's one game. I think Martin Tyler, he said that as well. He said that like you have to earn the right to play. Like you earn the right to get on the ball, enjoy it, play ball. Like you earn the right to get on there, and you win the ball first.
And even that thing of they said you spend 70% or 80% of the game off the ball. Like so. If you're planning all the time just to be on the ball,
what's going to happen? We're not in it.
You get me? So that's how it goes, man.
Yeah, I wanted to because I was thinking about the conversation, and it kind of got me excited because like there's bare things happening. But I want to talk about in the football pyramid, we all know that there's like a big problem with like black managers and coaches in the pyramid, and the Guardian actually they like in March I did like a study. And the study said that only 4.4% of related roles have a black person in it. Yeah. And that was in March. And since then, obviously, Vieira has been sacked by Palace. Paul Ince has been sacked as well.
Is he a black or something like that?
Sorry?
I have a couple of boys.
Reading. Yeah, Reading. Yeah, because they were in like a relegation scrap. And it was like, he got sacked in it. So it's like, I wanted to ask you, like, what do you think is like the driving issue behind that? Because I was thinking about it, and obviously it's easy to say, like black coaches don't get the representation or don't get the opportunities. Like it'll be easy for us to say that, right? But then I'm thinking, do enough young black people want to be coaches in the first place?
Okay, you know what? So I gotta be careful because obviously I feel like I think differently to a lot of things. Yeah. In the sense of like, don't get me. There's a lot of black coaches that want to be in they want to take on things and they want to do more in general. But obviously there's a stigma that comes with it. There's there's a certain level of like resistance you have to go against at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I've only done coaching for 2 years, and I said I've experienced a little bit. I think there's still more for me to experience later on.
Yeah.
But like I've accepted. Okay, cool. There's a challenge here, and it's just now down to how I coordinate myself, because that's the main thing. Just coordinating yourself and just put yourself in the right in the right spaces. And obviously, when you do face that pushback, you have to articulate yourself, and you have to express yourself in the right manners, because it will get misconstrued over aggression, intimidation, things like that. And obviously, these are buzzwords that are used around us and things like that. But I personally don't want to look into it too much in terms of like it's because I'm black and things like that. But there's a lot of black coaches that prefer the development side of things, so they rather do young boys and like behind the scenes, rather than like be on the forefront. I think there's definitely like increase now of like black coaches in the non-league stuff. So maybe in the 23s or let's say even Sunday league, and people starting their own Sunday teams.
You see more
things
of that,
like that. So there's a growth in that aspect. But it's like, okay, cool. How do we go from doing a Sunday league to doing a Saturday league, and then eventually going through the academies and going to the Premier League? Obviously, it's just how do I say this? It's someone's got to be like the driving force for all of that. Someone's got to show us how to like overcome those so-called stigmas and attachments towards us and things like that.
I think it's interesting. Like Charles, like, do you feel like do you feel like around you, those who like football and they want to be managers, or is it more of a thing where you want to be a player, and then if a player doesn't work out, you just end up being a coach?
Yeah, I just feel like I have a lot of mates who have wanted to be footballers, and like you never really see them get into the coaching side. It's just like they've stopped playing football, and then they've gone into like different jobs now. But why is that? Like why have they not gone into management? It's just
I think people don't see it as a realistic pathway.
No, I think
what do you think?
It depends on your passion for it, though, innit?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, like, it's one thing I banged on to myself, like, no matter what I want to do in life, I want to do sports, because I like sports. So whether it's coaching or analytics or not commentary, but like this having an opinion on sports. Because that's what I'm good at. So I've done school, whatever. Went college, done a BTEC in sport. After that, went uni, done sports coaching development and things like that. As well as like being a part of so I was at uni being part of like a American football team and things like that. Just being in sports in general, understanding the level of detail that goes into like, preparation, performance. Because when you're young, playing under 18s, under 16s, you don't understand the behind the scenes of like what the coaches are doing and how it impacts your game and how other people impact others. But then when I went to go play American football at uni, and I was seeing how much they're watching film. So the games are recorded, so they're watching film, they're analysing the opposition, tendencies, what they normally do and things like that. And then as well as now, we're doing strength and conditioning sessions twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday after training. So those are the level of details that got me into it. So if you know what, like, I want to be a part of something that where there's a process to things. And you now see so playing on Sundays is now the outcome of the process
done during the week, innit?
And also like the game on a Friday, Saturday, Tuesday training, Friday, Saturday is the outcome of the process and things like that. So for me as a coach, that's the or me as a sports person, not even as a coach, me as a sports person and being an athlete, now being a manager or coach, you want to call it. I just like the process behind being around the sports. So that's my passion. That comes from it. So a lot of people is just it's understanding the responsibility that comes with it. Because people like I don't want to say the fame, the clout, but the responsibility that comes with it is a lot. Because like if say now we lose now today, everyone's like no matter what you think, everyone's gonna think, what could a Gaffer done better? Why didn't you play this person? Why didn't you play that person? You got to answer to people, and a lot of people don't answer to anyone but themselves. Because like, just I'm doing so much. Like, who am I to explain myself to you? But
that's true.
There's so many like skills and like just self-belief you have to just pick up in yourself. Just say, cool, I can do this. Because one thing I said to myself when we started losing my first season was, I believe I got the temperament to be a manager. Like I said it to myself. I didn't say it to anyone. I said it to myself. Like, I think I got the temperament. Well, I was getting battered every week. Remember, my first game we lost 10-0.
Try.
Like, no joke. Like, we lost 10-0. Like, it's on YouTube. Like, it's on YouTube. Like, the 10-0. Like, yeah.
Comments and things.
Yeah, and the thing is, the guy was doing it was the opposition manager that was recording it for the sake of them.
Yeah.
But then we're getting spanked 10-0 and I'm watching this and like, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
But if you go watch the YouTube video, you know it's the goalkeeper's fault. It's not the manager's fault. It's the keeper's fault. But yeah,
I think you make a good point there though, about believing it yourself first, man. Like before you like take it out there into the world or into your team or like wherever industry you might be, like you have to first believe in it yourself, man. Like internally, like you got to see like this is what I'm gonna do, man. Yeah. This is what I'm gonna be good at. This is what I'm gonna be sick at. This is what I'm gonna conquer. Like internally first, prior to you telling anybody, a friend or family, like internally, like you got to believe in it yourself. It's crazy, yeah.
I feel like, especially as a manager as well, like if you're telling other players, like you don't even believe it yourself, and like they're not even gonna believe it. Like,
they'll be able to tell from your convictions. And
there's so much to it.
So I think one thing that helps my players, they can see that I've got conviction for it, and I've got the passion for it. Because I'm not shouting because I want to shout at you. I'm shouting because I have to. I'm shouting because I want you to do certain things. I think there was one game this season where I think I said this one player's name the whole game. Like, the whole game. Obviously, few people here and there, but there was one player I said his name the whole game. Yeah. Because I just wanted, because what if he done, and that's because that's not because he was doing something bad. I just reminded him like, I need this, I need it, because eventually it's what made us win. And guess what? He got a goal that game. So it's like,
he got to stay on him.
Yeah.
You see it in the Premier League as well, like a coach will stay on a player, like, why is he always getting onto him? Because he knows what makes him tick. Like he knows what he needs to get the best out of him, innit? Yeah.
And then I think for that player, that game, I think like hit a switch for him, because I think that game he scored his first goal. It was a big game, by the way. We beat Belleriki like 2-0 in the cup. So that was like, I think it was round of 16s, yeah. So we knocked him out of the cup, and Belleriki is a big team, decent club in it, and for non-league as well. So we thought, we go there and set a new standard for ourselves. That's what we said to them at the start of the game. Go out there, set a new standard for yourself, and it was part of the 6-game winning streak that we went on. We beat them and things like that. So
yeah, that's good, man.
We had to just, and so that player scored that game, and then like as a manager, it gives you that satisfaction. Okay, cool.
It worked, man.
Yeah, because
he
scored.
Worked,
and to be fair, do you know my thing? I'm shouting at him the whole game. He's won the ball now. He's done exactly what I want him to do. He's won the ball. He's my striker. So he's won the ball. So we're through on goal kind of thing. We're telling him to pass to the winger. He's now decided to shoot. He's licked it from about 30 yards.
Yeah.
He's went top bins. I thought, fair enough. Like,
yeah, fair play.
Fair, man. Like, he deserved that, innit? Because he's done the dog work all game.
But if he misses?
Honestly, and then, the two sides of it.
Now guess what? We're carrying shot on your name. Like, what you doing? Like, get subbed off the next one. So,
exactly. But, man. I want us to head into like, obviously, we know the final game of the Premier League season was on the weekend. It was a crazy end to this. Well, in a few other leagues, it was more dramatic than the Prem, because the Prem, like, top four we decided, title we decided. But the relegation battle was bloody hectic. What did you even think of the relegation battle?
It was rough. So, like Leicester, Everton are two big teams. Yeah, they're massive. So it was a shame that one of them they had to go down. Yeah. I think Leeds were already down in my eyes.
Yeah. Leeds were done, man.
Yeah, they had to wait for everyone else to lose. They had to beat Tottenham. And you know what Kane's like on the last day of the season.
The night to play for. Yeah. Kane's class, bro.
But yeah, Leicester did the job though. But Decore.
That Decore goal. We got to try that goal, man.
Just such a good strike.
On a game like that where everything's on the line, your Premier League safety's on the line. A goal like that is class, man.
Yeah, he's so action-packed as well recently. For them, from that sending off against Tottenham when he slapped his face and things like that. I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I'm more sad for Leicester going down than Everton staying up, because Leicester got a decent squad in it, but they went too many things. They went through too many things at the start of the season, and during the season, for them to find themselves where they are now. Because obviously, if you watched Match of the Day last night, there's about 8 first-team players leaving on a free next season. So it's like,
if I'm honest with Leicester, I don't mind them going down. If I'm totally honest, because I feel like they're recruitment and like squad planning hasn't been good enough for me personally. I
that's
feel
what
like
they've
they haven't taken it seriously enough. I feel like if you think about the signings that they've brought in, how they've recruited, like even their striker situation, like, I feel like they haven't really shown any. Like,
but you know what though? This is where my manager Sizer comes in. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes to get this players to sign, and you don't know what's making them not sign at the same time. Because I'm trying to think, when at the start of the season, there was loads of players, ifs and buts of leaving, and he was for Fana taking so long to leave to go to Chelsea at the time, and that having a domino effect.
Those delays, the impacts of the things, right? Yeah.
So there's so many, like, as a club, like, there's so many things they had to consider. Before just before even just playing a match, because there's contracts, there's agents you got to deal with.
So there's so much.
Yeah, and things I don't even know these things. As I'm studying trying to get my knowledge, I'm understanding different aspects of the game now. So if I was ever going to a professional, or when I do eventually go to the professional scene, I will now understand that there's so many parts to just playing a game that it's like I said, the process during the week for the outcome on the weekend is important. So like even Leicester, man, I think there's so many problems they had in there.
There's a lot there, man. A lot to unpack there.
Losing Schmeichel was such a big loss.
Schmeichel's a big loss. Captain, leader.
That was random. Did they sell him or did he want to leave?
I think he kind of wanted to leave. I feel one of them ones where like he wanted like a new.
He was getting old, wasn't
he? Challenge. And like he won the league with them, to be fair. Like, do you know what I mean? He won the league, won the FA Cup with them. Do you know what I mean?
Not to replace him though.
Not to replace him.
2 championship goalkeepers.
Danny Ward, G. Louis, and then and a few big issues for them was like Ndidi, what happened to him? Pereira injury issues. Like Vardy passed it, unfortunately, bro. It's just like a few like this. It's actually like a span of the team has just not been.
You had Tielemans who
Tielemans, what's happened to Tielemans?
Johnny Evans has been out for most of the season. Things like that just came out.
Yeah, Sanucci just not caring anymore.
Just not caring anymore. It's just like, bro. But there's a lot to unpack. But I want us to go into obviously the end of the season. So it's only right that we do our end of season awards, man. Our team of the season, like. So how we're gonna do it is we're gonna do a team of the season, but you can only choose a maximum of 1 player from each Premier League team. So this should be interesting. It was quite challenging because there's some areas where you got to sacrifice and you got to hold like a mid-table player in a certain position. How we may as well do it is just like we just go around. I will start. We do keeper first, right back, 2 centre backs, left back, and then you say whatever formation you're doing. What formation you guys doing?
I'm going to do a 3-4-1-2.
Yeah, 4-3-3, man, standards.
Okay, I'm doing 4-3-3 as well. To be fair, I'm 4-3-3 as well. I'll start. Yeah, so for my goalkeeper, I've gone for David Raya. Still,
why is that?
The Brentford keeper. So personally, David Raya, I feel like he's had a good season. I feel like his distribution and his passing like has always been good. Like how he's so key to how Brentford played, because obviously with Tony and Brenu up front, like the physicality and the like strength that they have, like is like always utilised by those balls. His distribution is so good. Like if you like watch Brentford game, that you will see how he finds the fullbacks, how he finds the wingers. It's class. And obviously on top of that, 12 clean sheets as well this season. I feel like there's only, I think only Alisson and they have more than him. So I feel like as he's
stepped up massively in some games as well. I was in the Chelsea game.
Yeah,
he made so many big saves.
Like he's made some huge saves as well, like in big moments. So he's where I've gone through and gone. How about you, man?
I've gone for Navas and goal. Just you know, I mainly for a big name because you know, I was thinking for the rest of my team, and obviously he played at PSG. Them staying up.
To be fair, he
surely had a part to play in it. Navas, like.
To be fair, he probably like I feel like he might have actually gone on the radar this season in terms of his contributions for.
I'm sure he's a leader in that dressing room as well. Like he's won Champions Leagues at Madrid.
Honestly,
he's won so many titles at PSG. Like,
he's played with like, some top players as well.
To have that in the changing room.
Exactly.
And you got quite a young team.
A bunch of new players as well. Yeah. Who you gone for, Ingo?
I've gone Alisson.
Like, why, man?
Watching Liverpool this season, he stepped up on so many times.
He's had some shockers though, man. Like he's someone that has default settings. He's someone that has default settings.
That's rude, bro.
He's like
Alisson, you know.
He's cold. Nah, don't get me wrong, he's cold, but he just does something like. I guess every player's got default settings, but like as a keeper, default settings get like when you get default settings, it's glaring because everyone can see
and usually cost your team a goal as well. Cool. You got Alisson, yeah?
I've got Alisson. He's just. I feel like if it weren't for Alisson this season, they would have conceded about 3 or 4 every game. Like, and some of the saves he makes are just so underrated.
He's made some crazy saves too, and like there's been some games where they could have conceded like a lot more goals, but yeah, he saves them time and time again. Cool. I'll push for the right back, so I'm going 4-3-3 as well. Yeah. Right back, I've gone Trippier. I had to get a Newcastle in that. I feel like Newcastle had to get in there. My right back, Kieran Trippier. I feel like obviously 7 assists this season. Only Trent and Robertson have more as defenders in the Premier League this season. So it's like Clark. And obviously we all know his tackle interceptions and like being the captain and leader for that team, getting top 4 like is like he's been. He's played 38 games season as well, so he's starting every game. Like he's just been class for them. So
every game this season.
Yeah, he started like every game in the season still, and 3 tackles and interceptions per 90 as well. So he's just someone. He's doing different side of the game, but of course his set pieces are so key for them.
Such a big signing for them last year, though.
So who's
that kind of started the whole revolution as well.
Do you know what I mean? The whole process. So he's my right back. How about you?
I got the same. I got Trippier to be fair.
Trippier, yeah, class. How about you?
So I've got the 3 centre backs.
Oh yeah, so
I'll keep the Newcastle theme. I'll go for Botman.
You're Botman. Yeah, he's been so.
That signing, like, I didn't think I saw bits of him at Lille from last year at the Champions League.
Yeah,
I thought he's okay, but he's gone to Newcastle. It's completely changed that defence.
Yeah.
Last year they were really struggling with their defence. He's come in, and he's like Shah's next to him looks like a decent centre back now. Yeah. Where last year he was a bit iffy. So
yeah, I feel like Eddie Howe has formed a really good partnership with Shah and Botman. There's been that class, like every game starting. Like there's been class this season still. I'll go next, and so I'll do my 2 centre backs together. So I've gone with look, I've got some mid-table guys in here, but you're gonna have to allow me in there. So I've gone James Tarkowski. He just stayed up, and Tyrone Mings. It's a crazy duo. A crazy duo, yeah. But you got to hem me up with it. Yeah,
Mings ain't a bad shot.
Since Emery came in, Mings has been solid. Yes. You haven't seen him make one mistake.
Do you know why though? Because obviously, in a sense, Gerrard kind of violated stripping him of captaincy.
Yeah.
So when you get someone coming in backing you, you have to perform.
Improve the performance.
So I hate.
So Mings, and then obviously with Tarkowski, like he started every game this season for Everton. Every single game. Like I value someone who's always been able to start. So
he's part of the downfall, yeah.
No, but come on, man. They're Lampard, bro. Come on, man. And then a few of the defensive stats are crazy. So he's doing like 2.6 blocks per 90. Like no one has more in Europe. He puts his life on the line for that team time and time again in that defense. He's also putting up like 5 clearances a game, like 3 aerial duels be won a game. He's just like, in terms of defensive actions, he's just killing it for them. Like obviously we know how they play those aerial duels and set pieces, so he's crazy for them. Who you going?
So I've got Lewis Dunk and Tosin. I can't remember his last name. Tosin
Adebayo.
Yeah.
For Fulham. So I've gone Dunk because for Bright, what they've done, because their build up is literally what makes them what they are, innit? Yeah. So for Dunk to adapt his game, obviously he was already doing it with Potter kind of, but he's making like the most passes for them. Completed passes for Brighton from the back.
He's really the hub there. Yeah, he's class. Yeah. He's the hub, man.
The build up for De Zerbi is the main thing. If the build up is not right, they don't really make it work. So
even at the Emirates as well, like he was class, man. Like his physicality is still there, his leadership's still there, and he's balling he's balling playing at the back.
Them lot, like they make you really like suffocate. It's like you can't have the ball.
That honestly, I think that might have been the first game that I've seen for Arsenal. Yeah, and like the opposition like suffocated us badly. Of course, you got Etihad away, but I think that was dominant in a different type of way.
Yeah, because you expect that away.
A different type of way, innit? But like Brighton came to Emirates and like suffocated us.
Nah, it's like, bro.
It was like we couldn't play. Like it was crazy.
I can't believe it. And then Tosin, the reason why he's there is because I think he's been the most consistent centre back for Fulham this season, because they top 10, maybe top 11 finish, which is decent because they only just came up this season.
I had them to go down this season.
So I actually done really well. So for that whole back unit and things like that. So yeah,
cool.
That's how I got him in there.
Cool.
So I've got Saliba.
Saliba, cool, of course.
Of course, class. Like you've seen him out of the team.
Yeah.
If I think Saliba stays in the team, Arsenal win the league.
Yeah, I agree.
He's come out and
I think we get
you can see the complete difference in the team. So Saliba, and then remember I got a back three, so I've got Estepinian as my other defender, and I think he's been a revelation. Like that signing,
class. He's been class season
because they sold Cucurella,
yeah,
who was good for Brighton, obviously not so good for Chelsea.
yeah,
but Estepinian's come in and he's been better than Cucurella. It's just been like
solid.
Like Brighton's recruitment has just been.
Brighton recruitment strikes again with that. Special. Like you saw Cucurella for 60 mil, you got Estepinian who you signed for like cheap.
Yeah,
that's enough.
Doing better than them. I actually got Estepinian as well. I left back. He's been class, man. Like a few of his stats, like 3 shot creating actions a game. So that he's someone who on that left flank, how we go forward, like his creativity, his crosses, like it's just class up there on that left flank. So he's someone that I've got left back as well.
So what? Sorry, your back three is what? Botman,
Saliba,
and then
Estepinian.
Fluid.
Cool. Who you got?
Left back. I got Shaw, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shaw's in class.
I think he's out of the United players. I've liked watching him the most because he's played left centre back. He's played left back. He's got technique on his crosses and things like that. He's strong, man. He's strong still.
I think he has surprised me. Like he's been going into centre back and he's fitted in so good at centre back as well.
I think his versatility is what has allowed like United to get top 4 because. Yeah, you know, if they're injured, they've got this season. Yeah. If he wasn't able to fill as many roles as he had,
they'd have to play Maguire.
Yeah, and like, I don't feel like they would have got off the line with top 4 without Shaw. And like, I think he's been fit all season. Like, I don't remember him being injured this season. No, I might be wrong, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's just been consistent, and he's another guy that like when someone who comes in as competition, he just raises his game. But yeah, he's been good. Past 2 seasons, he's been good still. So, I guess you're gonna do your left wing back.
Left mid.
Oh, cool.
So you're playing the Diamond 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going Elise.
Okay.
Like 11 assists this season in that Palace team.
Yeah.
I think this has been his breakthrough season. He was good last year, but this has been his breakthrough season. Like, I think he might get a big move in the summer. He's been different level.
Yeah. I think Elise, he's been class this season, man.
Like 11 assists in a team where they don't have a recognised striker. And like even that free kick against Man United as well.
Class, But the only thing with him that I don't like about him, he's just inconsistent, man. But he's clearly got high season.
He's efficient, man.
Yeah. In that team, though,
he's got that Morris flex to him, kind of like he's cutting in no matter what. I mean, like there's something at the end of it.
Yeah, 100%. Cool. So I'm gonna move on to my midfield. Of course, my City option is Rodri. I just feel like he's just.
You said no City or Arsenal.
No, this is player from each. Yeah. Player from each team in the league, innit? So I've gone for Rodri, because he had Saliba as well. What are you on about? What are you on about? But yeah.
I must have been.
But yeah. So Rodri, of course, like he's just crazy. Like his defensive stats aren't even that crazy because they have all the ball in it. So it's just more like his passing, his pass completion, how like he's able to step up. Even I know it's different competition, but even the goal he's called with Bayern Munich, like he's just been unreal this season. Like he's just the hub. I actually watched it was a video that City did on their like socials, and it was like a Rodri masterclass, and like he was explaining his role and what Pep like wants from him, and he was saying that like Pep just says like stay in the middle, like don't move from the middle because like you're our like anchor the team. If he's like not there or if he gets dragged out right or left,
there's so much space in the middle.
Destabilize the whole team. So it's like I watched that video and just like it made me like appreciate his role more because like if he's there, then they always have that central focus passing hub to always start moves and play. So yeah, he's my 6. How about you?
I gotta move it around now, innit? So I say Declan Rice, innit?
Okay.
Yeah, it's been solid. Like I'll be honest, he's surprised me.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like how good he is, because I thought I didn't really pay attention to him, and obviously it might be the fact that he might be linked to Arsenal that now paying more attention. to him. I feel like he's, man, when you watch him, you can't believe what he's doing. In terms of like he's a DM, and how he plays in West Ham as well with him and Souček. When he goes, Souček stays, and when Souček goes, he stays.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So seeing
good partnership
how, like,
there.
He's taking a responsibility and like just controlling the midfield, or like having so much impact on the midfield. I thought, let me pick. I'm gonna get Rice on my team.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah, I've got Rice too. Like
this is double pivot, right? You don't pivot.
So I've got Rice and Paulinho.
Okay.
So the Fulham
Paulinho's been crazy this season. Paulinho's crazy. But with Rice and Paulinho, who's pushing forward with creativity? Rice. I guess Rice, yeah.
Rice,
yeah, I don't
Rice
know about
has
that.
made the most progressive runs in the top 5 in the Prem. So, like, whoever gets Rice this summer, they'll be cooking.
They're getting class, but apparently, Bayern Munich are interested in as well.
Arsenal.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
If it was a couple of years back, I'd see that happening, but because of how the Premier League now.
How the Premier is, why leave the Prem?
Yeah, you gotta stay here.
And the money as well, cool. So, your double pivot is
Rice and Paulinho. Paulinho has just been unreal this season. Like I said, I thought Fulham was going to go down.
Yeah.
He's come in and he's just been a standout in that midfield.
Yeah.
He's made averaging 4 tackles a game. It's
class. Yeah. He's been a real. Apparently, it'll be interesting to see if. I'm sure he'll probably stay. To be fair, but yeah, he's a top DM man. Yeah, he's class.
I think I was gonna pay my team, but I thought let me just put.
He's class. So my 2-8s then, because so my 2-8s are Odegaard, Arsenal captain, unreal this season, and then Eze as well. So I'm playing Eze 2-8s, Odegaard and Eze. I feel like obviously Eze got he brought the 10-goal barrier this season, first time in his career, 2.3 shots a game. So I feel like during this season he's really elevated his knack for goals this season. He's how he's able to drive his shots from long range, like arriving in the box late, like has this skyrocketed this season really. So I just feel like he's been class. And Odegaard, Arsenal captain, like our creative hub, does everything creatively for us. With 15 goals as well, and that's without taking penalties. So I feel like he's actually, I think he got the record now for the most open play goals by a midfielder. It was Lampard, and now it's him this season. So I think in 09 or 10, Lampard got, I think it might have been 12 that aren't penalties in his goal tally. So like Odegaard's class, Arsenal's captain, he's just been class, and he deserves our spot. And it's exciting to see how Arsenal's our midfield will like grow with him as our captain, man. I feel like he's gonna keep growing as a leader, growing like his ability's getting better. I feel like, and even like I feel like away game season as well, like Brighton away was unreal. Newcastle away as well was class. So yeah, he's definitely in it for me. So my midfield is Rodri, Eze, Odegaard. How about you?
So I'm gonna go with I put Eze in there because there's an honourable shout out because my brother loves Eze.
He's class.
And you know what? Since Roy Hudson's come in, he's stepped up a lot.
We got to talk about it.
Yeah, because when Vieira was there, Vieira wasn't really playing him.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what a lot of people don't understand. As soon as Hudson comes in, Eze comes in and then he's banging goals left, right, and centre, affecting the game. He's having more impact of Elise and things like that. So I think there might have been something there that was going on behind the scenes that we didn't know about between Eze and Vieira. But when when Hudson came in, like he looked like he just found what's that thing called? He found lease of new life.
Yeah.
Boy just got more playing though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like he found a way of playing Elise, Eze, Zaha, like all together. Like,
I think we got to talk about that. Like, how was Roy able to just like reignite that team, man, into form? That's crazy,
and
bro.
You know, and he's been there before, so them lot sort of know what they.
He knew the players.
Yeah, it's true.
He knew that, okay, cool, for you lot, in the sense of, for Hudson to come back, that means you lot are doing something wrong, so probably Hudson just stripped it back and said, yo, like, boys, what's going on, and sort it out, and then obviously they survived quite comfortably.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why not?
It's true. Alright, cool. So is that your
And Douglas Luiz, sorry.
Douglas Luiz, okay. What's the reason behind that?
I think first of all, because he scored yesterday, last game of the season, I thought, why not? And when I think it's him and Kamara, Bubba Kamara, that's normally in there, but he's the one that's ever present. He's rarely missed a game.
He's a workhorse, man.
I know those links of him leaving at the start of the season, but and that's the thing about players, when they're linked to leave and you stay and you play well, like there must be a reason.
It's always a good sign seeing that. Like same happened with Saicedo as well. Like he
professionalism.
He didn't get his move, but he still got his head down. I did great this season. That's class, man. You gotta rate that. Cool. So that's your trio down midfield.
Yeah. So Douglas Luiz, Rice, and Eze.
So is that like a 2 or
it can be it can be 2 and a 1 or 1 and a 2. The fluid, man.
fluid. Cool. So Charles, what's your team looking at now, man?
So I've got the 3 centre backs.
Yeah.
I've got left mid, Elise.
Yeah.
2 midfield, Rice and Polenia.
Yeah. Right.
On the right, Rashford.
On the right? Why? Why on the right?
Because you can, like, come on.
You might want to swap him though, because obviously Rashford comes in and cuts.
Play inverted.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many goals you got this season? Like, he's really stepped up.
Rashford.
30 goals, you know. Yeah. First time ever.
Yeah. That's actually the first time since Percy for Fergie, so it's class that he's done that, man. Yeah.
And he's really stepped up for them, like, especially after Ronaldo leaving.
Yeah.
Like, they needed an outlet. They brought in Weghorst, who weren't really firing, so he had to step up and score the goals.
Yeah.
Got him a League Cup win, FA Cup final coming up.
He scored in the final. Right? Yeah, against Newcastle. Fair play to Rashford this season, because like with how bad he was looking last year, like fair play to him.
Man, and he's been through a lot as well with injuries and things like that.
Yeah, it's fair play to him.
Especially after last year, it was such a bad season for him last year.
Such a bad year. Yeah, great year, man. Cool. So I'm gonna do my front 3. Yeah. My front 3 is Rashford, obviously. Great season, 17 goals in the league, like class season. Kane up front. I'm for Kane because Kane, man, like Kane set the record for the most amount of like the goals scored in a league season. I think he scored in 28 different Premier League games. I think his record, I might be wrong, but like, so he's been crazy this year. Of course, like every summer, like we talk about if he's gonna stay or go. So we're gonna see if he goes. But I feel like he's just been class, man. Like 30 league goals, of course. Haaland getting 5 or 6 or whatever he got. It makes him look like, oh, you didn't really do it, but he's been class. In that Spurs team with like no creative players.
This season has been struggle for the first team to get another 30 goals.
With no creative players, by the way, just him just vibing out with crosses from Poro and just vibing out and just trying to, get scraps from Højbjerg, 30 yarders.
Oliver skipping them man there.
Do you know what I mean? So for him to get like 30 goals in the league is just
especially
class.
with Son being so bad this year as well.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Normally they're a double act, but this year it's just been all Kane and like 30 goals in that team.
Yeah, it's class.
So run your front 3 again.
Of course, my front 3 is Rashford, Kane, and on the right I've got Salah.
Wow.
I didn't want to put Salah in, but it's kind of undeniable, and I kind of had to have like a global player in there. I'm gonna go with Mo Salah, who has scored 19 goals, 12 assists in the league. That's like that output. I'm not sure how he's doing it in this team that's been so bad this season, but that's just class. And it's actually the 5th time in his last 7 campaigns where he's got over 10 goals and 10 assists. So it just shows that his consistency over the years has been class. And of course he hasn't had a good year in terms of his standards, but he in the league this season he's still got 19 goals and 12 assists. You can't deny that. So I've used my Liverpool token with Salah on the right. So Rashford, Kane, and Salah up front.
So I'll be honest, I've got Kane and Salah as well.
Yeah.
But so last minute injury time sub, I'm gonna bring in Saka. Saka, man, he's been consistent, and not maybe people might say he hasn't been consistent in terms of numbers, but his performance and ball retention, it's crazy. Like Saka barely gives the ball away. Barely gives the ball away. So he's like a safety blanket for the team. So that's why of recent when Arsenal haven't been great, everyone's looking at Saka to do something. And even myself, I'm looking at Saka like, he looks injured, but that's because he's keeping the ball, but he's not doing his man, if that makes sense. Yeah. But as a manager, having someone like Saka, he doesn't lose the ball, it's crazy. Just so giving the ball, he gets out of the pitch and we'll just figure out the rest from there. So no. Yeah.
I wanted to put Saka in my team, but I just thought it's better that I used Arsenal talking with Odegaard because I feel like he's been.
Do you know what? And there's obviously the things that I read and that about the tactics and that. Odegaard interferes a lot with Saka's production, and it's not like it's done on purpose, but because of how Odegaard plays and how Saka plays, they both naturally come in on a dominant foot. Yeah. So Odegaard playing on the right hand side of the midfield, obviously, is going to affect that space that
he's coming into.
So that's why you see Ben White overlapping more than Odegaard, because Odegaard can't really use his right foot. But,
that's interesting still.
So they complement each other. And obviously, he's got Saka's got what 25 goal contributions this season. So
class.
Like,
yeah.
21 years old, almost won the league, things like that. So
yeah.
Do you not think Saka's performances as of late kind of let him down?
But that's what I'm saying. Though,
I think they did.
Because he set his standards, and obviously,
So high.
and there's a thing coming out like he was injured and this and that and things like that. But
Yeah.
you got he's played every single game this season. And I think only one game where he came off the bench was that Leeds.
Do you think that is Arteta's kind of fault that kind of burnt him out towards the end of the season?
Yeah, and it's it's Saka's fault as well.
Because we want him to play every game.
Yeah, because why are you so good? Why are you so good? Because that's what it is. When you become so good, your manager relies on you so much, and that's even me speaking from my reserves. If I have a player that's so good, I need them there every game. And if you're not there every game, I'm sort of taking it personally because why are you not there? Like,
I don't agree though. I feel like even if you are so good, it's a manager's responsibility to ensure that the player gets enough rest and the player is rotated. I don't feel like even if you are so like because you can't like personally because and we saw like a similar thing happen with Iwobi. Yeah, he came through and was so good, and Wenger played him every single game, and I personally felt like it had an impact on his career trajectory because the amount of games he was playing, starting every game, like he wasn't rested. So obviously I hope a similar thing it doesn't happen with Saka, like in terms of how he's able to grow and get better and get. But like he can't be playing that many games. Like he's featured in every single game for the past 2 seasons. That's not normal for a guy of his age. But that's not normal. We can't make that normal, bro.
That's how good he is, though. And obviously, like, he's a young player. They need games to get better. Like young players need games to get better. So imagine now he done what he done last season, and this season we thought, okay, cool, we're gonna buy someone else in, and then because they might be older, or they might be maybe on the same level, not as better as him, but we're gonna mix it up because we don't want to burn them out. Fans are gonna say play Saka all the time. Like when we lose, imagine why Saka not playing. When we draw, why Saka not playing? But when he's now playing and we're not winning, we're losing. He's tired. Like man just can't really win. But no, Saka's been consistent, technically consistent, doesn't lose the ball, and obviously maybe the output has been great, but 25 goals contributions, why not?
Yeah, you can't argue that. So is that your front three then?
So is Salah on the left,
yeah,
Kane up top, and Saka on the right. I'm giving Saka the right wing, man.
That's class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Charles, what's going on with yours, man?
So I've got Kane as the number 10. So dropping deep.
You did a Jamie Carragher. Oh my god. Did a Jamie Carragher, but okay, cool, yeah.
Just because we see his ball playing ability. You saw it yesterday for the Pedro Porro's goal. He flicked over defender's head on the halfway line, put it past two guys and slipped in Porro. Yeah. Like what other striker can do that? No other striker can do that. Yeah. So like his playmaking ability,
it's class.
Is up there with his goal scoring ability. Yeah. His goals like 30 goals as we touched on. Yeah. And then my 2 strikers. Well, I don't know why he isn't in any of your team, but Haaland, like 36 goals. Yeah. Like, in your debut season, like it's just
class. And the reason why I didn't go with Haaland, because there's another striker in the league who scored 30 goals. So it's like I don't need I'd rather use that City token other places because if I've got another striker in the league who scored 30, where there's no other DM like Rodri. So that's how I rationalised it.
Do you know what? I'll apologise, man, because I just want to have a hand up, because he's too fake, man. Like there's no he's just fake. He's just fake, man. He's honestly just fake. Like see people like Haaland, makes me dislike football sometimes because he's gonna ruin the game. Like he's going to ruin the game. Like not in a negative way, but in a positive way because
he's that good. He's that good. But nah, man, I know what you mean, but he's a specimen, man. He's a physical specimen.
It's cold.
I don't think we've ever seen anyone like him, like that tall, that physical, like a poacher. I don't think, of course,
he reads the game so well as well. Every shot, keep saves it. He's there. Regardless.
Yeah. He's got great
any cross which comes in, he's there.
Yeah. Instincts and movement is this class of him, and he's sick. So fair play. So what? It's going to be Haaland
and Ivan Toney. Okay. Because 20 goals in that Brentford team, where they play quite defensive football. And 20 goals in that team, and just the way he plays as well, it's just so elegant. Like for a big guy, he's got great feet as well. Yeah. I was watching Liverpool and he was taking.
He was class that game.
He sat Van Dijk down, didn't he?
Yeah. It was class that game, man. I love Tony, man. It's class player.
That's how
it is a big shame about the suspension because what's he out to until January? Like I think he could have got a big move this.
A really big move. And you know, I've been hearing some rumors about it, yeah, and like people are saying like it's a red Arsenal rumor, yeah. People are saying that with Tony, we should try and use Balogun as a bargaining chip to have him join, and then he joins in January, and then we need him for the second half of the season.
No,
But you know, personally, his ban doesn't really mean anything for me. Like I would still buy Tony. Like I don't see his ban as like a big hindering or like a stumbling block in like his development and his fitness. I feel like he's a Premier League player. Like he'll have his individual regime. Yes, it's not match fitness, so it's difficult. But I don't doubt that he'll be able to come back and still be class.
No. Yeah. No, I rate Tony highly, man. I think I had him in my team. I swapped him off for Saka, but to put Saka in there. But no, he's cold, man. He's just like you said, he's elegant, man.
Yeah.
He's top.
Because there's a few. So those are our teams sorted. You guys can in the comments let us know who's got the best team and that whose team would you pick and stuff in the comments. We have a few like end of season awards that we're gonna go through. Yeah. So a few of these are fun yet, but we'll see how these go. Yeah. So most disappointing player. Who have you man go for most disappointing player?
Well, if I had to pick a player from that Chelsea team, then it was a struggle picking one player from that Chelsea team, I tell you.
Yeah.
But I'll probably go with Kai Havertz.
Oh yeah, he's been
Chelsea fan, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Kai Havertz has been horrible, man. He's been
like we needed him the most out this season. He's meant to be our main goal outlet.
Yeah.
And 7 goals is it? It's just not good enough. Like with Chelsea, like how can our top scorer be having 7 goals?
Yeah.
It's just like
he's a strange one, man. Because a lot of Chelsea fans are on him because he does miss, and he looks like he doesn't care sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing about fans. When you look like you don't care when you miss sometimes, that's what will just do your head in, man.
Yeah.
When I'm watching it, it's like we've got the wingers coming into the box. And I'm looking in the box and like, where's Havertz? And he's still on the halfway line. Like, you're meant to be our striker. Like, what are you doing?
But do we feel like Havertz was slightly misprofiled by Chelsea?
Because he's not a striker. That's
the
thing, he's not a striker. But he's been asked to play a certain role. He's been asked to play the striker.
Yeah.
And he's still doing whatever he wants.
Yeah. But how did Tuchel do it then? How was he able to get a Champions League with him?
I think Tuchel had the runners. He had the Werner. He had Mount. So he had a system in place. But we've never really had a system in this Chelsea team.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
We've had 4 managers this season. It's just been all over the place.
Yeah.
The whole team has been in shambles. Really.
Yeah.
It was hard to pick one player, but attacking wise, we've been.
Because it's been bad. For most disappointing player I've gone for is another Chelsea player, and it might seem harsh, but personally I've gone for Mudryk.
After how many, what was it, 4 months?
No, but
guys are just bitter.
I know it might seem harsh, but honestly, like, obviously his first game away at Anfield, right?
Oh yeah,
I was really impressed by it.
Yeah, you know what?
I was really impressed by that game because it's like, wow, like his dribbling, he's getting to the right areas.
He was looking scary.
Like, you know what I mean? I think, wow, we missed out on a gem. Do you know what I mean? But then it's like, ever since then, it's like, I watch games and like he's just doing the basic things wrong. And yes, we know the environment at Chelsea season has been awful. Like 4 different coaches, I think. It's been like players coming in and out. You got players getting changed outside the dressing rooms and stuff. It's been awful, and we know that. But I feel like the basic stuff he's just not doing. Like even the chance yesterday against United, right? It was just like, what's this guy doing? No, I think that was midweek, sorry, right?
That one when he went like that.
Do you know, and it's just like,
that was it gave me Werner vibes.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, what's happening? Like, I don't know. And I'm sure that Poch will come in and he'll get him back to his best. But I was really disappointed with him like during the season. I feel like those bare games was like, okay, you got to start. I had a chance to like show something, and he just showed nothing. So I feel like it's Mudryk for me. So how about you?
Yeah, I got Son, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think if he showed up this season, I think obviously I don't like Tottenham that much, but if he showed up this season, they do way better than what they've done in it. Cause he's been poor, man. You can't do all that. Him and Kane showing up together, and then this season, turn up, leave your man by himself to stay in his own thing.
Yeah,
Son's been poor, man, because like that's the only thing. if Kane can get 30 goals in a bad team, imagine now if Son chipped in with an extra like maybe 10 or
I could have easily got top forward.
Yeah, 15 goals. So like, he's been poor.
Ironically, yeah, in a weird way, Son actually got 10 goals in the league this season, but he got them in like
scrappy.
Yeah, he got them in like
bunches,
different parts of the
He scored
season.
that hat-trick against Leicester when he came off the bench.
Yeah.
And then he went on another like 5 games without a goal.
He's
Like,
got 2 in 1.
So
2 in 1 game.
Yeah, I actually checked, and it's like he actually got 10 goals, but it's not a serious 10 goals. I don't rate that 10 goals. Like, do you know what I mean, it's not
worth the 10 goals.
Yeah.
I think he's missed so many chances this season as well. Gives the ball away so much.
What do you think's happened with him though? Like over the summer, because he got the Golden Boot last season. So like, what do you think happened with him? Just like a default settings.
Yeah, man. Default settings and the process wasn't right at home, man.
Yeah.
The process during the week leading up to games not right at home, innit? So the
Yeah.
process, man.
Do you think it had anything to do with the tactics with Conte?
No, I don't know.
Because they were flying
I don't think so.
innit?
Yeah.
When they were flying, like, the season before that, or maybe the season, I don't know, because
Last season was Florence Conte.
yeah, that's
Kulusevski's son and
Yeah, Kulusevski, yeah.
I saw them all
okay,
balling out.
Yeah,
So what happened this season though? Like, I just don't get. Something just switched.
Yeah.
It's just that they completely went. Stale.
Completely went left. Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. So next one, favorite game this season. There's been a few that's been really good. It's been a really good season in terms of like, I think we've had the most goals scored in the league this season ever.
Yeah, in the 38 game season.
Yeah, in the 38 game season, it's most goals ever. So like, it's been a really like high tempo, a lot of goals season. Yeah, I've gone for Arsenal Bournemouth because I was at the game. To be fair. I was at the game, and bro, like it was such a crazy game, and it was my favorite game. Like, I was like, it would have been sweeter if he won the league in it, but it just one of those. There's a memory that I'll keep with me. But like to go down 2-0, like, and you know when the set piece went in, there was a corner to make it 2-0. I was like, this is actually gone. Like, I was thinking, we aren't gonna do it because it's just like it's 2-0. I was just like, oh my, and I'm seeing all their fans in the corner celebrate. I'm like, oh my god, this is like bad. But then we came back, and then the Ben White goal, and then also the Reece Nelson moment is gonna live in the memories of Arsenal fans for a long time. But yeah, that's me. How about you guys?
I've got the Newcastle Tottenham game, the 6-1 one.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy.
I was watching that game live. I'm thinking, wait, like this got the feeling of Liverpool when you go Anfield and they battering teams in the first like 30 minutes.
Yeah, the blitz in it.
I can't believe I was watching.
Like 5-0 in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
so,
man.
Like, it just showed how far Newcastle had come in it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed like this seeing them batter teams and also Newcastle.
Because Spurs are crazy again. Yeah. How are you, Jazz?
I think going back to the start of the season, which feels so long ago, I think I'm going to go for Newcastle Man City. The feel.
That was a good game.
It was such a good game.
That was a good game. It did feel so long ago now.
Ages ago. It feels like last season.
Yeah.
But St. Max, man, that day was just
on
another
2-2,
level. Feel to
it was a crazy game.
Yeah.
Because Newcastle went 3-1 up, and then City started coming back.
City kept coming back into it, innit? Haaland was even back then. Haaland was flowing back then, innit? Yeah. Crazy still. Who has been you man's breakthrough talent of the season?
I got Gibbs White. I like him, man. I like him, man.
Is that breakthrough though? Like 30 mil, really? 40 mil, like. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, but
it's first season in the Premier, though, isn't
it? Yeah, young talent as well, still. Yeah.
Because it looks lively, man. He looks the one that's always playing out of all of them.
Yeah.
He's always playing. He's always making something happen. And then on top of the fact that that game when we lost to 1-0 at their game, where he's almost created a chance and then he's chased the ball all the way down.
Yeah, man.
He's kicked off of throwing Gibbs White, man. I rated him this season a lot.
Mine, I'd have to go for a Brighton player just because the way they've played the season. I'd probably go for Alexis McAllister. Just because last year he weren't really breaking through the team. This season he's come into his own. World Cup has happened. I feel like since the World Cup he's just he's moved levels.
Yeah. He's been great this season, man. Even the World Cup was great. I think the coach realised that. Yeah, like he's leading the team to the balance in midfield. Yeah, he was so important for that. Yeah,
he's moved into a deeper role with next to Caicedo as well, and it's just suited.
And he can do that. We can do both. We can do the double play the turn.
Yeah. He's so versatile, man. I love playing like that.
Cool.
Play anywhere. For breakthrough talent season, I've gone for Garnacho. You know, I think I I think
he hasn't played enough games though. Obviously, he played some at the start and then
Cool.
recently.
so. Obviously, Garnacho, he's made he's only started 5 games this season, yeah, but he's made 19 appearances in the league, and he's got 5 goals and assists in 5 starts, and I feel like his impact off the bench has been amazing. United this season, I remember like a few of his key goals against like even Fulham away from home before the World Cup. That like last minute winner. I just feel like he's just been a really useful like a part of United's Arsenal off the bench, just to like bring something on that's going to change the game. A bit of pace, a bit of like unpredictability in his game. Yeah, like he's dribbling like he just brings something a lot different. And I feel like during next season it's going to even get better. Like I feel like he's someone who's going to really
a lot of United fans apparently, the ones I've gone to watch the game, they said that whenever he gets the ball, the whole crowd stands up.
He just wants to take someone on all the time.
Yeah, that's the great thing about him. Like he just ambitious with his play. Like he wants to go and drive. So yeah, he's like 5 goals and assists in 5 starts at United. First season coming through, I think it's been a great breakthrough.
No bad shot.
Time still. Okay, who was you man's best individual performance? So like a player like in one game who just cooked like crazy.
I think mine would be De Bruyne against you guys. Because I know he goes crazy against you, but every single time he plays you, every time he plays Arsenal, he goes crazy. But was it 2 goals, 1 assist?
Yeah. And
they beat you 4-1.
2 big chances to create that game as well, man. Oh my god. I've actually got him as well.
Yeah.
Like that game. Wait.
You're talking about the game as well.
The one at Etihad.
Home game. Yeah. Bruv, that game.
Such a big game. Title decider.
Title decider. Honestly, like with that game, I've gone for him as well because like, you know when in the biggest games, like players who like have the ability to step up and be there, and just like, and even like his first goal, I was watching that game, I was like, why are you really scoring that?
Yeah.
And like you shouldn't really be scoring that goal from that
he burst
that
through,
range.
didn't he? Burst through and then slotted it near post.
It's like he passed it in.
Yeah.
Bro, and I was watching that like, why? Like, how are you really scoring that, bro? Like, but you know, the certain players like in the big games, the biggest moments, like they got that knack to just do something. It's like
De Bruyne's one of them players. You saw it against Madrid as well.
Yeah, you just got that like you can't predict it. It just it's crazy, man. He was class, man. Yeah, he's I picked him as well. Still, I enjoyed that game.
For me, I went for Aaron Ramsdale for that Liverpool game, man.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know what? Cause
I like that.
Because that's the kind of game. If you had lost that game,
yeah.
Like I know for definitely all heads were obviously our heads were gone after near enough, but like that game where he kept to make those 2 saves, Konate won, Salah's won. Yeah, man. You just I feel like he see when you unlock a new character in yourself in like in a video game or something. I feel like you unlocked a new character and that. He earned a lot of people respect that day by just doing that. So I thought
he was great that game.
Yeah, why not?
I remember that save. I think it was Konate, wasn't it? That save was crazy. That save.
Gonna have to go give it to him, man, because like the way he was playing that second half was anti-football.
He was getting peppered like crazy,
so
bro.
For him to now pull out those saves and take a 2-2 draw, then why not, man?
Yeah, it was crazy still.
Yeah,
let's do player who proved you wrong this season. I don't mind going first. Yeah, a player who proved me wrong. I have to go with Rashford because honestly, I felt like he was only getting worse. I thought he was declining the season last season. Like beyond like a physical and ability thing, it was more like a mental thing. I thought that like he had just got to a place where it's like he's never gonna reach the height that we'd seen of him, and he just proved me wrong this year, man. Of course, I guess having a competent coach who knows what he's doing with a solid plan, with good defense behind you, with a solid DM like Casemiro, having that good structure helps. It helps, but it's just like I really like if someone told me start the season that he can get 30 goals or comps, I'd just laugh. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't take it seriously at all. So for him to go and get 30 goals or comps, score in the final, and he was great in that whole run. Yes, it was a pretty easy run, if we're being honest, but in that whole all the games throughout to the final, he was class, man. So I feel like he's therefore the player who proved me wrong still.
No bad shot. I went with Ollie Watkins. Because when Emery came, like he's the one that really stepped up.
Yeah.
And like even prior to that, I thought, you know, I wasn't really feeling him because he wasn't really scoring a lot of goals. Then he was known for like his industry and like his work off the ball and runs.
Industrious man.
I thought, you know, he actually then got the goals to come with it. So I think, you know what, yeah, man, he's proved me wrong. So yeah,
he went on that crazy run, right, where like he was scoring like 4 or 5 games in a row.
7 in a row,
Like, it was
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
It was just
so I thought, yeah, why
never
not,
to.
man?
I put him in my team for that. During that little run, I put him in my FPL team, man. Yeah, it was cooking like crazy. How about you, Chad?
I'm gonna go for Haaland just because I know me and Sam had conversations about that. He wouldn't do all that at Man City. Like,
Yeah.
I just struggle with the hold up play.
Yeah.
But even from the first game, like I knew I was wrong immediately after that first game against West Ham.
We're West Ham.
Like when he made that run straight through, I was like, what is this? Like I've never seen anything like
You
this
see the
before.
chemistry already, right?
Yeah,
Between
like
them.
De Bruyne and Haaland,
You
that
see
chemistry.
it. That first game, like,
So I will happily admit that I was wrong with Haaland.
Yeah, you're wrong. I remember that conversation we had because I think we were on the way to work actually, and you were saying that like he just won't fit the system, like he just won't fit. And I was kind of like, after seeing it, but yeah,
because I was looking at Dortmund and like all of Haaland's goals is him on transition. So I thought, how are they going to do when he's in the box, surrounded by loads of defenders, physical defenders as well?
Yeah.
And like he's just taken like a duck to
It's fair point to be fair. Yeah, he's been class,
He's
man.
fake, man. Like, honestly, he's fake.
Even
I hear you shouting that he's proven a lot of man wrong because naturally when strikers come to the Prem, there's this thing, you can't do in the Prem, you can't do in the Prem.
Yeah.
No, he's more than done in the Prem.
Especially the Bundesliga attacks, like I've seen Werner, I've seen Havertz.
That tax is crazy, heavy tax, bro.
You've seen Sancho.
Yeah.
But apparently, City are the only team that don't experience the Bundesliga tax.
No.
Akanji,
Gundogan.
Gundogan, Sane.
Didn't De Bruyne come from?
De Bruyne. They don't experience Bundesliga tax. Like for them, it don't work for them, bro. But yeah, it's
Pep builds them differently.
Yeah, that's just Pep in it. But yeah, do you man feel before we wrap up, do you man feel like Haaland is deserving of Ballon d'Or?
I feel like if they win the treble, then yeah.
I think
already.
Yeah, I think back of how they did it back in the day with Messi and Ronaldo.
Who got the major honours, isn't
It was all about who got the most goals, isn't it, at the time, and that's how. I mean, that's how I remember it being determined among us as like, you know, football people and fans and that.
Do you think he'll edge Messi for it?
I don't know, because he won the World Cup. I feel like, and it'll be his last one. I feel like they might edge it to Messi.
I think the sentiment is going to go in Messi's favour.
Yeah,
I think it's going to go in Messi's favour still. It shouldn't do, but I think it might do because it's just. He's got the media. He's got
like in the Champions League. Where was Messi though? Like he bottled that.
Bayern Munich home and they bottled it.
Where's he now? Did he even finish the season with PSG?
I think, to be fair, he did score in the last game actually.
After going AWOL.
Do you know what I mean? But I think it's so unfair though that like Haaland has to do he has to score 60 goals, get a treble, unless he's just had a great World Cup. Yes, it was a great World Cup, but there were 5 pens in 7 games.
It's the individual brilliance of Messi, innit? That's the only thing.
I think
people just see
bit on the eye, innit?
People say goal scorer, you just need to score goals. So
yeah, interesting. It'll be interesting what happens. I personally feel like Haaland, he deserves it still. For what he's done, it's been unreal. Like if it was any other player over that amount of goals and on for a treble, yeah, I think it's class, man. But yeah, but before we wrap up anyway, man, did you guys have anything that you seen throughout the week or anything that you think the audience should know about? It could be anything you might have watched or you might have done, experienced, anything you might have bought that you feel like the audience will...
This one's a bit closer to home, it's somewhat sentimental, so this thing called Mackie D Cosmetics, so MK, so sorry, I want to say MK, MAKY DEE Cosmetics, it's a makeup brand.
Okay.
Very close to home. I won't say who, but it's close to home.
Okay.
And just go check that out. I think.
I'll put the link in the description for you.
Yeah, I'll send that to you lot. Yeah. So yeah.
Makeup brand. Yeah. Cool.
It's like black owned makeup, and it's tailored towards Nigerian names. So if your name might be on there, I think there's Ade, there's Umar. There's loads of different names on there. So yeah. So there's a website, there's an Instagram. So go check that out. You might even see your name on there as well. This is for the ladies actually, not the men. So,
yeah, 100%. We'll put that in the description still. How about you, Charles?
Yeah, just go check that one out. Yeah, go check that out.
Mine was just there's one song. It was there's an artist called Annie. She's like a black woman. She's a rapper. Sick. She's got a new project out. It's called We Go Again, and it's like an EP. It's sick. She's got a song with Locano on there as well.
You know, I've heard a song about that. Is it the Paying Black Girl?
Yeah, Paying Black Girl from that area. Yeah. She's sick, man.
I think Georgia.
Yeah. It's got something with Georgia Smith as well. So she's cold, man. Her EP's really good. She's just like cold artist, like a lot different to what's currently out there in the industry as well, innit? So I think you man can check her out. Put the links in the description as well. And yeah, man. That was sick, man. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that, guys, man. So of course, you might know what to do. You can like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Bringing like a lot more conversations like this about sports, lifestyle, anything that the man them go through or like experience. All to have like insightful conversations where we learn, we talk about things. It's great having Ada one talk about his experience in management. And yeah, man, we're gonna keep rolling. And until next time, see you guys later, man. Peace. Love.